Now let's take a look at a couple more examples. So for this first one, we're dealing with a fraction now. We have 20x squared y over 3 times 12x cubed y to the 5th over 5. So remember, whenever we multiply fractions, we just do numerator times numerator over the denominator times the denominator. So for this one, this would be equal to 20x squared y times 12x cubed y to the 5th over 3 times 5. And now we can go ahead and simplify. Well, we know 3 times 5, that's 15, so we'll have 15 in our denominator. And now we just go ahead and multiply our two binomials together. Right? So we look at the coefficients, 20 and 12. Well, 20 times 12, that gives us 240. Now we take a look at our different bases. So we'll look at x first. We have x squared times x to the 3rd power. Remember, we add those exponents together. So that gives us x to the 5th power. And then we have our y's, our base of y. We just have y times y to the 5th. And this is the same thing as y to the 1 plus 5. So that gives us y to the 6th power. And now from here, we just have to see if we can simplify. So we have to see, can we simplify our two coefficients of 240 and 15? So 240 over 15, that can be simplified to 16. So this ends up being 16x to the 5th, y to the 6th. Now let's take a look at one more where we're adding after we multiply two binomials together. So we have our first product of binomials and our second, or monomials and our second product of monomials. So we're going to just first multiplication, right? Order of operations, multiply first. So we go ahead, 3 times negative 2, that's negative 6. X to the 4th times x squared, that's x to the 6th power. And now we have y to the 6th times y, that is y to the 7th power. And now we're adding that to, we have 8 times a coefficient of 1, so that's just 8. And now we have x to the 3rd times x to the 3rd, right? 3 plus 3, that gives us 6 as our exponent. And then y squared times y to the 5th, add these exponents, 5 plus 2, that gives us 7. And now we have these two like terms that we can combine and simplify, right? Remember, like terms, same variables raised to the same powers, so we can go ahead and combine them, right? And when we combine by adding or subtracting, all that's changing is the coefficient, not the exponents, just the coefficients. So when we combine these by adding and simplify them, we get 2x to the 6th, y to the 7th.